Hello and welcome to Cutting Words. I'm Brad Thompson and today we have Unearthed Arcana Playtest 6. Focusing on the Paladin today, we're going to look at the Paladin class, what they've changed, what spells have changed that are related to the Paladin, and they've also got several subclasses here in this playtest packet today. So without further ado, let's get this up and dive on in. As always, this playtest material is not final. It is available on dndbeyond.com if you want to get the PDF up yourself to look at. And the feedback for this playtest will be available. The survey will be online on July 11th. So we've got a bit of time here to before we need to fill that feedback in. All right. So the Paladin, good old Pallies. Strength and charisma, perfect. Nothing new there. Let's see what's changed. So this table here looks like cantrips are gone. Looks like it's back to more traditional Paladin look here. Okay, here's the design notes, the handy dandy design notes. What's changed? Lay on hands is now bonus action. What? Really? They keep going, man, Paladin, let's just make it even stronger, eh? What are you talking about? Paladin was the strongest to begin with. Why do you keep making it better? I don't understand. Okay, so running action is going to be just a bonus action now, lay on hands. Spellcasting has 3 noteworthy changes. 1, spell preparation is no longer tied to the level of your spell slots. Thank God. That was, I did not like that change at all. The Paladin can change 1 prepared spell upon finishing a long rest. What? So I'm swapping the whole spell list out, that is, I can do 1 spell each long rest? Why? I mean, Paladins hardly change their spells anyway, because they're all smites. But sure, I guess. And cantrips are no longer included. So no more cantrips for Paladin. The Paladin instead gets weapon mastery at first level. Yay? I'm not a big fan of weapon mastery. But anyway, weapon mastery is now a first level feature. Paladin's Smite, formerly called Divine Smite, now gives you a list of Paladin exclusive smite spells that you always have prepared. Okay. Don't know if I like about that, but we'll look at smites soon enough. Channel Divinity has a new rule in the multiclassing sidebar. Paladin subclass levels now match the level progression in the 2014 Paladin, ensuring compatibility with subclasses already in print. Okay. Backwards compatible. 100%. Sure. Aura Protection has returned to 6th level, and the aura is inactive if you're incapacitated. Oh goody. The really overpoweredly strong aura protections back at 6th level. Great. Abjure Foes now does nothing on a successful save. Okay. Aura of Courage has returned to 10th level. Radiant Strikes now works with melee weapons and unarmed strikes. Woo! So they got rid of bows and range attack smiting. It's melee weapons and unarmed strikes. Restoring Touch has moved to 14th level. Divine Conduit has been removed in favor of Aura Expansion, returning to 18th level. Okay. Granny Paladin. We've got pretty standard stuff there. Still got D10 hit die, thank goodness. Saving throw proficiencies, wisdom and charisma. Choose 2 skills for athletics, insight, intimidation, medicine, persuasion, and religion. Nothing new there at all. You got simple and martial weapons. You got no tools. You got armor training all the way up to heavy with shields. And you got standard starting equipment there. Now, what's changed in the multiclassing? Still got 10 to 13 strength and charisma. Let's see. Channel Divinity. If you have more than 1 class with Channel Divinity, aka Cleric, classes uses of the feature can be expended only on that class's Channel Divinity options. Okay. Rather than putting this on, I shouldn't have just do it on the Cleric and other things too. That I have that. Why don't you just call it a different thing? Like, just have a different name for it. You have to have this whole box. If you just called the Paladin one something different to the Cleric one, you know, Channel Divine. Oh, that's not a good one. I don't know. You can have different names. I can't even name right now, but you know, you can come up with a different name for it, and then therefore you don't need this whole box text. You just change the name a bit. Anyway, Different resource pool. Alright, now onto the Paladin. So first of all, get Lay on Hands. Your blessed touch can heal wounds. You have a pool of healing power that replenishes when you take a long rest. With that pool, you can restore total number of hit points equal to 5 times your Paladin level, so nothing new there. As a bonus action, you can touch a creature, which could be yourself, and draw power from the pool of healing to restore a number of hit points to that creature up to the maximum amount remaining in the pool. In addition, you can expend 5 hit points from the pool, healing to remove the poison condition from the creature rather than using those points to restore hit points. What? So the Lay on Hand bonus action, you can use on yourself or your friends. So have like uncounterspellable, because you can spell because it's an ability. Can't counterspell Healing Word, range touch, but who cares? You're a paladin running around. Getting to folk is pretty easy for you, honestly. And yeah, you got free pool of healing of can't counterspell, can't stop, bonus action, healing. You can do to yourself or your friends. You can pop people about, have a hit point, or have more if you need it, I guess. But you one, get back up, easy peasy. Man, your players never gonna die, are they? And then also, if you want to go, you know what? Spend a bonus action, load up a bunch of hit points into myself. My first level Lay on Hands feature here is my Paladin is better than the fighters. What, first level, second wind? And their bonus action, roll some dice and heal themselves, but it's just themselves. This is like better than that. All the versatility and stuff here. What? What are they doing? Paladin, the priest class here, is already giving fighters a run for their money at times. What are you doing? Okay. Paladins don't need help. What's going on? Anyway, next, first of all, spellcasting. You've learned to cast spells through prayer, meditation, and devotion. See the player's handbook for the rules on spellcasting. The information below details how you use those rules as a paladin. Paladin table shows how many spell slots you've cast. Sure. Some of these spells, just expand spell slot, blah blah. Okay. And free spell list. I think it's basically the same it's always been. Yeah, it's the same. They basically reverted back to original 2014 spell progression here. Like you can prepare whatever spells, and which is in the table. Prepared spells. Here we go. Just in here. Oh no, this is a smaller pool actually of spells, which is fine. I mean, paladins never use the spells much anyway. But yeah, they got a table here as opposed to, I think it was based off. They had I can't remember what it was based off now. Because I played lots of paladins, but honestly, who uses spells that much? But there we go. They got a set prepared spells list there of how many they can prepare. They can be whatever level, as long as they got spell slots. Okay. In addition, if another paladin feature gives spells that you already prepared, the spells don't count. Blah blah blah. Alright, you don't double up. Changing your prepared spells. When you finish a long rest, you can replace one spell on your spell list with another divine spell for which you have spell slots. So rather than just swapping out the whole list, you can just replace only one each long rest. I wonder if it's going to be like kind of like sorcerer then? Is that what they're trying to do? Like just kind of restrict paladin's spell versatility. Not that they ever really did it anyway. Because, what are you doing? Like I think most of the time when I'm palading, my spell list is full of the versatility spells. It's combat, I just smite, so done. Got both bases covered then. Anyway. Yeah, I can't recall an instance where, really honestly, I've had to replace a spell. I'm like, man, I really wish I put a different spell for my paladin today. But here we go. It's been restricted. So it can't be that versatile. Take that. Spellcasting ability. Charisma is your spellcasting ability. Paladins. Your focus, which is your holy symbol, as spellcast focus. The spells you prepare for this class. Alright. Ooh, right. First level feature here, Weapon Mastery. Your training with weapons allows you to use the mastery property of 2 kinds of weapons of your choice, with which you have proficiency, such as longswords and javelins. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can change the kinds of weapons you choose. For example, you can switch to use the mastery properties of halberds and flails. Woohoo! Alright, so basically you can give yourself, or be topple, So you can knock people prone. So it's really good. There's other ones, I guess. But Topple's pretty good. Alright, Paladin Smite. Level 2. You have mastered smiting your targets with divine energy. You always have certain spells ready when you reach a certain level specified in the smite spells table. You thereafter always have a list of spells prepared. In addition, you can cast one of your prepared spells from its feature without spending a spell slot. And you must finish a long rest before you use this benefit again. I assume you get to cast them at the base level. There's no upcasting here with that free slot. It doesn't specify. Smite spells. So Divine Smite's no longer like a building class feature. Now it's a spell. So at level 2 you get the Divine Smite spell and Thunderous Smite. At 5th level we got Shining Smite, then Blinding Smite 9th level, 13th level Staggering Smite, and 17th level Banishing Smite. Wow. What a change. So Smiting is now a spell, so you could be counterspelled. So if you go to Smite and you go to cast a spell, someone can go, no, I don't want to get smited. And counter that. That's interesting. You can't smite in an anti-magic field or anything like that. Oh, very weird. So, let's take a look at the spells. Because I can kind of see their reasoning behind it, design reasoning. Like, they had, well, in the previous playtest, they had smite spells and they had the regular smite ability. And it had a whole bunch of text saying, you know, if you smite, you can't cast a spell on your turn as well, blah, blah, blah. But just making smite a spell as well removes all that rule text about how you can't smite and spell at the same turn because it's now a spell. You can only do one spell a turn. Bingo bango. You solved a whole bunch of text rules issues there. So I can't see why they did that. I really don't think Paladin's like... I think Paladin should be nerfed. I don't think the smite was the problem, honestly. And restricting to one smite a turn is like, sure, I guess. Them novering was never thought it was a huge problem. It was the defensive capabilities, aka the aura protection. And now apparently bonus action down hands. Oh my god. Which was more of an issue for me, for balance. Okay, sure, let's look at these spells. And then we'll come back up. So, all the smite spells. Alright, we're going to do the smite spells in the order that we find them. Which also constantly will be alphabetical. So, Banishing Smites is the 5th level smite here. You get the bonus action, which you take immediately. So, the spell Paladin only spell. So, these are restricted to Paladins only. I believe all the smite spells are now Paladins only, apart from 2 that are just on that Cleric's 10 of access to. We'll cover all the smite spells here. Alright, so casting time, bonus action, which you take immediately after hitting a creature with a melee weapon or unarmed strike. So you hit, you then go, oh, I'm going to trigger my smite. So you can still crit smite, which is good, I think. Which is the phrasing, I guess. Let's see here. Range self, verbal components, concentration up to a minute. So, that's weird. Why is it a concentration spell? Because you just trigger it and it goes. Okay, I'll keep reading. Right, hold on. This is a pro ongoing effect. I should finish reading before I criticize. As you hit a creature, your strike erupts with a divine power. The target hit by that strike takes an extra 5d10 force damage from the attack. If the attack reduces the target to 50 hit points or fewer, the target must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be transported to a harmless demi-plane for the duration. While in the demi-plane, the target has the incapacitated condition. When the spell ends on the target, it reappears in the space left or in the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied. Alright, that's why it's concentrating. It's concentrating because of the ongoing effect afterwards, the banishment to the demi-plane. That makes sense. Yeah, so a strike takes an extra. It's not. Let me see. Strike takes extra. Oh, it is extra. I guess crit would double it still. I think. So you just got that going for you. You can still crit fish with the smites. Which honestly, that's what I did anyway. So good. Like, oh, I'm not smiting this turn because I didn't crit. Alright. Next is Blinding Smite. It's the 3rd level evocation spell, Paladin only. Casting time, bonus action, which you take immediately after hitting a creature with a melee weapon attack, weapon or unarmed strike. It does range of self, verbal components, you hit about speak, duration 1 minute, no concentration for this one. As you hit the target, your strike flares with light. The target hit by the strike takes an extra 3d8 radiant damage from the attack, and the target has the blinded condition until the spell ends. At the end of its turn, the blinded target repeats saving throw, ending the spell on itself on success. Okay. What saving throw is there? Immediately hit recruit on strike. There's light, target takes extra damage, and target is blinded. Okay, I guess your saving throw is DC, but why against at the end of each turn's my target repeats the saving throw. What save against what's the save? Like a piece of the spell's missing. Yeah, hit target strikes flare light, target takes extra 3d8 radiant damage from the attack, the target has the blind condition until the spell ends. At the end of each turn, the target repeats the saving throw. What's the save? Doesn't say. I assume it's con. Doesn't say. How weird. Must be a copy paste here or something they did there. Always spell check. Oh, spell check, you know. Gets more eyes on this to read things for your leaked documents. Oh. You can upcast this. You cast a spell using the spell slot of 4th level higher. The extra damage increases by 1d8. For each slot level above 3rd. Okay. Next smite spell. Divine Smite. Oh, right. It is a first level evocation, Paladin only spell, bonus action, which you take immediately after hitting a target with a melee weapon attack, weapon or unarmed strike. Range self, verbal component, instantaneous duration. As you hit the target, your strike glows with divine power. The target takes 2d8 radiant damage from the attack. The damage increases by 1d8 if the target is a fiend or an undead. When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 2nd level higher, the damage increases by 1d8 for each spell slot above the 1st. So it's Divine Smite converted into a spell. Let's see what else we got for smites. There's Fine Steed, we'll get back to in a sec. When we get to the Paladin there, but now we've got Searing Smites. This is Clerics can get this too. This is a divine only one. It's not divine, so Paladins and Clerics can get it. Searing Smite. Bonus action, which you take immediately after hitting a target with a melee weapon attack, weapon or unarmed strike, should say. First level evocation, range self, verbal, 1 minute duration, no concentration. As you hit the target, your strike flares with white hot intensity, and the target takes an extra 1d6 fire damage from the attack and ignites with magical fire. At the start of each of its turns, until the spell ends, the target takes 1d6 fire damage, and then must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the spell continues. On a successful save, the spell ends. At high levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot or 2nd level higher, any damage dealt by the spell increases by 1d6 for each slot above the 1st. Shining Smite, 2nd level transportation spell, Paladin only. Bonus action, when you take immediately after hitting a creature with a melee weapon or unarmed strike, range self, verbal component, concentration up to a minute. As you hit the creature, your strike flares with divine light. The target hit by the strike takes an extra 2d6 radiant damage from the attack. If the target has the invisible condition, that condition ends on it. In addition, until the spell ends, the target sheds bright light in a 5-foot radius. Attack rolls against it have advantage, and it can't be different from the invisible condition. When you cast a spell using spell slot 3rd level higher, the extra damage increases by 1d6 for each slot above 2nd. This is the winner for best one, I believe. It was good in the last playtest packet. It's still good now. It's just, boom, I hit them with this. No save. That person everyone has advantage on, get stuck in. So you risk your attacks and, you know, all your friends' attacks, all advantage on this guy now. No save. What do you know about it? Really, really good. Definitely worth sacrificing, you know, only doing less damage, but setting everyone else up and all your future attacks have advantage. Really good. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, I'm surprised they kept that advantage bit line in or didn't have a save for that part or something like that. Oh well. Staggering Smite, 4th level enchantment spell for the Paladin here. Bonus action, which you take immediately after hitting a creature with a melee weapon or unarmed strike. Surprise, surprise. Range self, verbal component, and instantaneous. As you hit their creature, your strike pierces both body and mind. The target takes an extra 46 psychic damage from the attack, and the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the stun condition until the end of your next turn. And at higher levels, when you cast a spell, using spell slot 50 or higher, the extra damage increases by 1d6. Thunderous Smite, Paladin, first level evocation spell here. Bonus action, which you take immediately after hitting a creature with a melee weapon attack or arm strike. Range self, verbal, instantaneous. As you hit the target, your strike rings with thunder and is audible within 300 feet of you. And the target takes extra 2d6 thunder damage from the attack. Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you at the prone condition. When you cast a spell using spell slot second level higher, the damage increases by 1d6 for each slot above first. Alright, Raffle Smite. This is a first level necromancy spell for the Divine, so it's available for Paladins and Clerics. Casting time bonus action, which you take immediately after hitting a creature with a melee weapon attack, weapon or unarmed strike. Self-verbal 1 minute. Alright, as you hit a creature with a strike, channels Divine Wrath. The target takes an extra 1d6 necrotic damage. Okay. For the attack, and it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the frightened condition until the spell ends. At the end of each of its turns, the frightened target repeats saving throw, ending their spell on itself on success. When you cast a spell using spell slot second or higher, the damage increases by 1d6. Spell slot of the first. Alright. And that's it. That's all the smite spells. Perfect. Whew. Quite a lot of them. Alright. Back to Paladin. So yeah. I don't know how I feel about what they've done with the smite here. There's such an iconic feature to suddenly be turned to a spell. This feels wrong. Even though design-wise, mechanically, it's very similar though. You know, it's now vulnerable because it's a spell. Alright. I don't know why like all their designs in these so far in this whole playtest, all these playtest packets, they've been really limiting being able to do damage on multiple attacks. I don't know why. How boring that is. But anyway, limiting the Nova power. Second level, fighting style. You've honed your martial prowess. You gain one of the following fighting style feats of your choice: defense, dueling, great weapon fighting, or protection. It's going to be defense. Third level, channel divinity. You can channel divine energy directly from the outer players using that energy to fuel magical effects. You start with one such effect, Divine Sense, which is described below. Other Paladin features give additional channel divinity effect options each time you use channel divinity. You choose which effect to create from among those you have from this class. You can use channel divinity twice. You regain one expended use when you finish a short rest, and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. You gain additional uses when you reach certain Paladin levels, as shown in the channel divinity column of the Paladin table. Her channel divinity effect requires a saving throw. DC equals spell save DC from the class's spellcasting feature. Divine Sense. As a bonus action, you can open your awareness to detect celestials, beings, and undead for the next 10 minutes, or until you have incapacity condition. I really don't like the phrasing how they go until you have the incapacity condition rather than until you are incapacitated. They're really running the whole conditions home there with that phrasing. Anyway, you know the location of any creature of those types within 60 feet of yourself, and you know its creature type. Within the same radius, you also detect the presence of any place or object that was being consecrated or desecrated, as with the Hollow spell. Paladin subclass. You gain a Paladin subclass of your choice: Oath of Devotion, Oath of Glory, Oath of the Ancients, or Oath of Vengeance. Subclasses are detailed about this class after this class description. Subclass is a specialization, blah blah blah. Okay. Fourth level, get ability score improvements for a feat. Fifth level, extra attack. Fifth level, Faithful Steed, so you can now easily call on the aid of an otherworldly steed. You always have to find Steed spell prepared. You can also cast a spell once without expending a spell slot, and regain all the ability to do so when you finish a long rest. Alright. Let's go look at the Find Steed spell. Alright, Find Steed, second level conjuration spell for the Paladin. Paladin only, in fact. Cast time action, range 30 feet, reveal somatic, and instantaneous. So only action to cast now. Now this 10-minute nonsense, you just boom, you got a steed. Alright. You gain service of Underworldly Being, which manifests as a loyal steed in an unoccupied space of your choice within range. This creature has an Otherworldly Steed stat block. If you already have a steed from the spell, your steed is replaced by the new one. The steed resembles a large, rideable animal of your choice, such as a horse, camel, direwolf, or an elk. Whenever you cast a spell, choose Steed's creature type, Celestial, Fey, or Fiend, which determines certain traits in the stat block. Combat. The Steed is an ally to you and your companions. In combat, it shares your initiative count, and it functions as a controlled mount while you ride it, as defined rules on mounted combat. If you're in an incapacitated condition, the Steed takes a turn immediately after yours and acts independently, focusing on protecting you. Alright, so assuming the mounted combat rules have not changed for controlled mounts there, I'm glad they're highlighting that, because I definitely seen it played differently on other tables, but I always was under the impression that it should be controlled mounts, but it was never clear. So controlled mounts basically means the mount, acts on your turn as you're controlling the mounts, therefore you effectively use the mount's movement on your turn, and the mount cannot attack though. It can't take the attack action. It can move, dash. It can move, dash. It can disengage, and it can dodge. And that was all it could do. But when it's being controlled by you, because basically, effectively, using it as your movement when you're riding it, and it can do its extra movement adjacent actions there. So yeah, but of course, when you're incapacitated, you can't control it. The mount will then not be a controlled mount anymore and just do its own thing to protect you, whatever it takes. In which case, it could attack in at that point. Yeah, so I've definitely seen Paladins played where their mounts are also attacking. It's like, hold on. The mount can't just act as your steed, your movement on your turn, and also attack things. What are you doing? Anyway. So it's that. Disappearance of the steed. The steed disappears if it drops to 0 hit points, if you dismiss it as a bonus action, or if you die. When it disappears, it leaves behind anything it was wearing or carrying. If you cast the spell again, you decide whether you summon the steed that disappeared or a different one. High levels when you cast a spell, using spell slot 3rd level higher, use a higher level whenever the spell's level appears in the stat block. Alright. Otherworldly Steed. Large, Celestial, Fey, or Fiend. Choose when casting the spell. Neutral. Okay. Armor class, 10 plus 1 per spell level. Natural armor. So, at base will be 12. You cast it level 2. Hit points is 5 plus 10 per spell level. So again, base will be 25. It's got speed 60, flies 60 feet as well. Requires 4th level spell high to upgrade it to do that. Okay, strength 18, dex 12, con 14, int 6, wisdom 12, charisma 8, passive perception 11. Languages, telepathy 1 mile only between you and the misdeed. Life bond, when you regain hit points from a spell of 1st level higher, your steed regains the same number of hit points if you're within 5 feet of it. Woohoo! Bit of a downgrade from, when you cast a spell on you, the steed also gets it. But hey, it's, I think, probably for the best. It gets a bit ridiculous when you see the hasted and... Anyway. Actions. Otherworldly Slam. Melee spell attack. Your spell attack modifier to hit. Reach 5 foot. 1 target. Hit 1d8 plus spell's level. Radiant damage, celestial, psychic damage if Fey, or necrotic damage if Fiend. So it's not fire. Anyway. Yeah. Cool. Law attack will never do, but I have the option. Bonus actions, Fey Step. So the Fey version gets a once per long rest recharge here. The steed teleports along with its rider to an unoccupied space of your choice up to 60 feet away from itself. It's really good. So good. Especially a Paladin who normally wants to have good maneuverability options there to get into combat with a big baddie or something. Can maneuver there quite easily. And it's not even a spell or anything, because this thing's just doing a magic ability here. So they can't counter or do anything to stop you, really. Yeah, pretty good. Falglare is the Fiend version. Recharges on a long rest. The steed's eyes gleam with fiendish light. As it targets one creature it can perceive up to 60 feet away. Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC or hit a frightened condition until the end of your next turn. I think it's unfortunately the weakest one here for the options. I mean, sure, they're having the fail save, get someone frightened. It's quite nice, quite cute, but yeah, the steed's not really there for that, is it? It's there for the maneuverability. Face stepped for the win. But anyway, and finally with Healing Touch, which is not terrible either. Celestial only, recharges after a long rest. Your steed touches another creature and restores number of hit points equal to 2d8 plus the spell's level. aka it can heal you when you go down. It's quite nice. Alright, back to the Paladin. Alright, at level 6 to get Aura Protection, the most amazing class feature in the game, full stop. You radiate a protective invisible aura that extends 10 feet from you in every direction, but doesn't extend through total cover. The aura isn't active while you're incapacitated condition. You and your allies and the aura gain a bonus to saving throws equal to your charisma modifier, minimum bonus of +1. If no paladins present, a creature can benefit from only one aura protection at a time. The creature chooses which one when entering the auras. So good. Yeah, constant bonuses to all saving throws with all you and your friends. So strong. Alright. 7th level subclass feature for the Paladin, 8th level ability score improvement and feat. Or feat. 9th level abjure foes. As a magic action, you can spend one use of your channel ability to overwhelm foes with divine awe. As you present your holy symbol or weapon, you can target a number of creatures equal to your charisma modifier, minimum of 1 creature. You can see within 60 feet of yourself. Each target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or the dazed and frightened conditions for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. Cool. It's basically like a turn, but they got rid of turn and made it dazed. Anyway. 10th level Aura of Courage. You and your allies are immune to the frightened condition while your aura of protection while in your aura of protection. If a frightened ally enters the aura, that condition has no effect on that ally while there. Radiant Strikes. So if you leave the aura, you're scared again. The Paladin moves. No, Paladin, come back. It's quite funny. 11th level Radiant Strikes. You are so suffused with divine might that your weapon strikes carry supernatural power with them. When you hit a target with an attack roll using a melee weapon or an armor strike, the target takes an extra 1d8 radiant damage. So you can punch people, you know, and oops, there's an extra d8 radiant in there. Hilarious. But we're solid there. 12th level ability score improvement or feat. 14th level got Restoring Touch. When you use lay on hands on a creature, you can also remove one or more of the following conditions from the creature: blinded, charmed, dazed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, or stunned. You may spend 5 hit points from the healing pool of lay on hands for each of these conditions you remove. Those points don't also restore hit points to the creature. Oh my goodness. And this again is a bonus action. So you're bonus actioning greater restorationing folk are also getting a stun. Oh my goodness. That's so strong. Why? And they can't counterspell or do anything to stop you. It's just an ability. You just do it as a bonus action. And keep on smiting as well. Well, actually, no. Keep on attacking. Can't smite because your bonus action's used up. But anyway. 15th level subclass feature. 16th level ability score improvement. 18th level aura expansion. Your aura protection now extends to 30 feet from you rather than 10 feet. 19th level another ability score improvement. 20th level subclass feature capstone. Alright. Speaking of subclass features, onto the subclasses. Just regular information there about breaking your oath. You need to keep up your oath. Alright, Oath of Devotion. Oh, we got some design notes here. Oath spells have been revised. It's an updated spell list for oath spells. Spite of Protection has moved to 15th level. In addition, it now works with all your Paladin Smite spells and provides half cover to your allies, your Aura Protection. Okay, that's nice. Holy Numbers now provides advantage on saving throws against effects from fiends and undead. The magic of your oath ensures you always have certain spells ready. You reach Paladin level, so 3rd level you get basically oath spells. 3rd level Protection from Evil and Good, Shield of Faith. 5th level Aid, Zone of Truth. 9th level Beacon of Hope and Dispel Magic. 13th level Freedom of Movement, Guardian of Faith. 17th level Commune and Flame Strike. Not too different there. 3rd level Sacred Weapon is a bonus action. Oh, so good. They kept it as Sacred Weapon bonus action now, because it used to be action. So the bonus action, you can spend one use of your channel ability to imbue one melee weapon that you're holding with positive energy. For 1 minute, you add your charisma modifier to attack rolls you make with that weapon. And each time you hit with it, you cause it to deal its normal damage type or radiant damage. Dealer's choice. The weapon also emits bright light 20 foot radius and dim light 20 foot beyond that. You can end this effect as a bonus action. This effect also ends if you aren't holding or carrying a weapon, or if you have the incapacity condition. That's really strong. Why? Alright, 7th level Aura Devotion. You and your allies are immune to the charm condition. While in your aura protection, if a charmed ally enters the aura, that condition has no effect on the ally while there. So they leave the aura, or you move away. Uh-oh, they're charmed again. Smite of Protection, your magical smites now radiate. Right, so it's level 15th level feature here. Your magical smites now radiate protective energy. Whenever you cast any of your Paladin smite spells, you and your allies and your aura of protection have half cover until the start of your next turn. Okay. That's hey run, plus 2 AC. Let's go. Isn't that nice? 20th level Holy Nimbus. As a bonus action, you can imbue your aura of protection with holy power, granting the following benefits for 1 minute, or until you end them on a bonus action. Holy Ward. You have advantage on a saving throw you're forced to make by fiend or an undead. Radiant damage. Whenever an enemy starts its turn in the aura, the creature takes radiant damage equal to your proficiency bonus plus your critical modifier. Sunlight. The aura is filled with bright light. That is sunlight. I suppose the Holy Ward here doesn't help your friends, just you. If they jump in the Paladin aura, I would have thought that would also help them. Oh well. Once you use this feature, you can't do so again to finish a long rest. Also restore your use of it by expending a 5th level spell slot. No action required. Alright. Alright, Oath of Glory. Paladins who take the Oath of Glory believe they and their companions are destined to achieve glory. Yeah. So design changes here. Inspiring Smite. No requires a bonus action, and it now works with all the spells provided the Paladin Smite feature. Peerless Athlete now lasts for 1 hour rather than 10 minutes. Aura of Alacrity now enhances the Aura of Protection, which results in the feature's range being greater than before. Alright, so you got your Oath spells, Guiding Bolt, Heroism, Enhanced Ability, Magic Weapon, Haste, Energy, Compulsion, Freedom Movement, Commune, and Flame Strike. Inspiring Smite, so your 3rd level Smite type ability here. Immediately after you deal damage to a creature with any of your Paladin Smite spells, you can expend 1 use of your channel ability and distribute your hit points to creatures of your choice within 30 feet of you yourself, which can include you. The total number of temporary hit points equals 2d8 plus your Paladin level divided among the chosen creatures however you like. Alright. Well, I'm definitely glad I got rid of the bonus action requirement here. I had to now, because smites require bonus action. But yeah. 3rd level Peerless Athlete. As a bonus action, you can spend 1 use of your channel ability to augment your athleticism. For 1 hour, you have advantage on strength, athletics, and dexterity acrobatics checks. You can carry, push, drag, and lift twice as much weight as normal, and the distance of your long and high jumps increases by 10 feet. Cool. Or Electricity. At 7th level, the speed increases. Your speed increases by 10 feet, and your speed of any ally who starts their turn, your aura of protection increases by 10 feet until the end of that turn. Alright. 15. Glorious Defense. Glorious Purpose. You can turn defense into a sudden strike. When you or another creature you can see within 10 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to grant a bonus to the target's AC against their attack, potentially causing it to miss. The bonus equals your charisma modifier. If the attack misses, you can make 1 weapon attack against the attacker as a part of this reaction, provided the attacker is within your weapon's range. You can use this feature a number of times into your charisma modifier, and you regain all speed uses when you finish a long rest. Cool. Alright, 20th level, got Living Legend. You can empower yourself with the legends. Whether true or exaggerated, or your great deeds. I think Goldry Lockhart, when they say that, I would have, if only I was there, I had the right exact counter curse for this precise predicament. Anyway, as a bonus action, you gain the following benefits for 1 minute. Alright. Charismatic, you are blessed with ability presence, gaining advantage on all charisma checks. Haha. Saving throw reroll. If you fail saving throw, you can use your reaction to reroll it. You must use this new roll. Unerring strike. Once each of your turns, you make an attack roll with a weapon and miss. You can cause the attack to hit instead. Cool. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again to finish a long rest. You also restore your use of it by expending a 5th level spell slot. No action required. Like giving people options now to reload their capstone features rather than once a day and done. Fair enough. Flexibility. Alright. Here's a glory. No change there. Alright, Oath of the Ancients. Okay. Arguably one of the best ones. I mean, they're all pretty good, honestly. Yeah, we'll see what they changed here. It's like, as most of the Oath Agent's aura was so good. Okay, Oath Ancients updates. Nature's Wrath. You can now restrain multiple creatures of the Paladin's choice within 15 feet of them instead of one creature within 10. Fantastic, because, yeah, their channel divinity was not very good. It was pretty bad. So, that could be better now. Turn the Faithless has been replaced by Abjure Foe in the base class. Okay. Aura of Warding now enhances the Paladin's aura protection and provides resistance to necrotic and radiant damage. Okay. Undying Sentinel now also heals you. Elder Champion is now a bonus action instead of an action, and it benefits all your spells, not just Paladin spells. You can also regain the use of it by spending a 5th level spell slot. Sure. Okay, let's take a look. 3rd level O spells. Ensnaring Strike, Speak with Animals, Misty Step, Moonbeam, Plant Growth, Protection from Energy, Ice Storm, Stone Skin, then Commune with Nature, and Tree Stride. I think they're all the same there. 3rd level, Nature's Wrath. As an action, you can spend 1 use of your channel ability to conjure grasping spectral vines around nearby creatures. Each creature of your choice you can see within 15 feet of you must succeed on a strength saving throw or have the restrain condition for 1 minute. A restrained creature repeats the saving throw at the end of each turns, ending the effect on itself on success. Okay, it's a little AoE entanglement. I ain't sure. I mean, if they've got low strength, it's pretty good. You're all caught up now. 7th level, Aura of Warding. Ancient magic lies so heavily on you that it forms an eldritch ward, blunting energy from beyond the material plane. You and your allies have resistance to necrotic, psychic, and radiant damage on your aura protection. Oh, that's interesting. So the old aura of warding? I'm called something else. But anyway, whatever the old aura, level 7 aura for both the Ancients was just you and your mates and your aura there have resistant to all damage from spells. So fireball, that sort of thing. So, which I can see with spells not being used as much by NPCs and using spell-like abilities and things, why they'd want to maybe get rid of that. Because it's a bit too awkward. Is that from a magical effect or from a spell? Like, specifically, I need to know for my aura. So, yeah, and then changing it to be soon damage types. Probably easier to run there. Necrotic's pretty good. That one definitely comes up quite a bit, generally speaking. So, having resistant necrotic is pretty good. Resistant psychic doesn't come up as much, but when it does, you generally don't regret having resistant psychic, so that's pretty good. Man, if you teamed up with a bear barbarian, you'd be pretty happy right now. And Radiant. I mean, very rare to come up, but sure. What's a freebie? Cool. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's giving just blanket resistances to a bunch of things, especially ones that you can't absorb elements with either, is pretty good. Alright. Level 15, Undying Sentinel. When you're reduced to 0 hit points and not killed outright, you can choose to drop to 1 hit point instead and regain another hit points equal to 3 times your Paladin level. Once you use this feature, you can't do so again to finish long rest. Full. Additionally, you suffer none of the drawbacks of old age, and you can't be aged magically. Ooh. Little ribbon there. Unless you buy a Sphinx. 20th level Elder Champion. As a bonus action, you can imbue your aura protection with primal power, granting the following benefits for a minute or until you end them as a bonus action. Diminishing Defiance. Enemies in the aura have disadvantage on saving throws against your spells and channel divinity options. Sure, I mean, you're probably not doing them anyway. You never know. Regeneration. At the start of each of your turns, you regain 10 hit points. So spells, whenever you cast a spell that has a cast time 1 action, you can cast it using bonus action instead. However, your bonus action is never available now as a Paladin because you need it for smiting. So, oh well. Once you use this feature, you can't do so again until you finish long rest. You also restore your use of it by expending a 5th level spell slot. No action required. Sure. Kindle the light. The old tenets of the Ancients. Alright. Oath of Vengeance time. So, good old Vengeance. What have we got? Oath spells now has Compelled Duel instead of Hunter's Mark. It's disappointing. Vow of Enmity now lets you move your vow to another creature if a previous creature was reduced to 0 hit points before the duration of the feature ends and the feature's range has increased. Okay, so They made Valve Enmity kind of like Hunter's Mark. Or Hex. A Relentless Avenger can now reduce target speed to 0. Abjure enemy has been replaced by Abjure foes in the base class. Avenging Angel now uses a bonus action instead of an action, and its duration is now 10 minutes rather than an hour. You also regain the use of it by spending a 5th level spell slot. Okay. So Oath spells would now got Bane and Compel Duel. Yeah, it's a bit of a downgrade, alright. Then Hold Person, Misty Step, and Haste and Protection from Energy, Banishment, Dimension Door, Hold Monster, Scrying. Alright, also they will get Valve Enmity. So as a bonus action, still bonus action, you can spend 1 use of your channel divinity to utter a Valve Enmity against a creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself. You gain advantage on attack rolls against the creature for 1 minute. If the creature drops to 0 hit points before this vow ends, you can transfer the vow to a different creature within 30 feet of yourself. No action required. You can make this transfer no more than once per turn. Okay, so you can get that vow around. So Valve Enemy isn't just for, because you know, before it was one and done. You vow on one person. When they're dead, well, that's it, the vow's over. Or the minute passes. So, or you get knocked out. So, yeah, vow enmity on now in a group of mooks, a bunch of low-level threats. You can vow one of them, kill them, then move it to another one, which is quite nice. Got more versatility there, because before, it's like, oh, a bunch of guys, I'm not going to bother vowing one of them. I'll save it for the boss or when it comes out. It means you can actually use it for, yeah, groups of foes. So that's quite nice. 7th level, Relentless Avenger. Your supernatural focus helps you close off a foe's retreat. When you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, you reduce the creature's speed to 0. Oh, so you're half a sentinel. Okay. You can move up to half your speed as part of the same reaction. Nice. So they try to move away. No, your speed's now 0. And I'm going to move around to the other side of you to block your exit as well. This movement doesn't promote opportunity attacks. Cool. 15th level, Soul of Vengeance. Immediately after your creature under the effect of your Valve Enmity hits or misses with an attack, you can use your reaction to make a melee attack against that creature if it's within range. And finally, at 20th level, Avenging Angel. As a bonus action, you can imbue your aura of protection with holy power, granting the following benefits for 10 minutes or until you end them as a bonus action. Flight. You sprout spectral wings on your back. You can fly. You have a fly speed equal to your speed and can hover. Frightful Aura. Whenever an enemy starts its turn in the aura, that creature must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or hit the frightened condition for 1 minute, or until it takes any damage. Attack rolls against a frightened creature have advantage. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again to fetch long rest. You can also restore it or use evoke by expending a 5th level spell slot. No action required. Intense Vengeance there. Cool. That is the Paladin. We did it. Amazing. So we have it, Paladin. Pretty similar to how it currently is in the player's handbook, honestly. They've obviously boosted up and tweaked a few things. The smite's been changed to spells. That's, you know, feels a bit weird, but understandable, I think. The smite's being capped seems like an unnecessary restriction. Aura protection still being existing as is seems absolutely insane, but sure. Lay on hands as a bonus action also seems pretty insane. What? Well, why making Paladins even better at this? I don't understand. I guess I feel like they're trying to push the Paladin more and more into, because they assigned it the priest slot. Like, it's one of the priest classes, not a martial class. No, definitely not. It's totally not like a fighter, a holy fighter. No. It's like, it's a priest. It's by the priest. So, Cleric, Druid, Paladin. You could pick any of them and it will fill the priest's role for your party. What are you talking about? Paladin's a warrior. Why isn't it part of the warrior group? I don't understand. But anyway, they seem to be trying to change the Paladin to make it slightly fit better into that priest group, make it more support, I guess, rather than being the center stage star of the show, like, or something. I don't know. Which they'll never dim the Paladin's bright light. I don't know. Those damn Paladins, so good at everything, and yeah, they continue to be good. I don't know why they're making them better, but sure. Apparently they felt like Paladins needed the extra hand. I don't think they need more features and better and upgraded features. Could just left them as is, honestly, with tweaking a few of their subclasses. Anyway, that's the Paladin. let me know what you think in the comments below. Feedback will be open on July 11th. Let them know what you think. And we'll see what the next iteration will be. How many more iterations there will be, I wonder. Because yeah, 2024 is not that far away, so they're running out of time. Clock's ticking. Alright, I'm Brad Thompson, has been Cutting Words. If you want to more videos coming out soon for the other classes in the playtest packet, the best way to make sure you don't miss those videos is to subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe button, help the channel grow, and yeah, don't miss these videos that pop up on the YouTubes on the regular. Alright, until next time, happy gaming, and see ya.